So I should start recording everything?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Well,
As
what
soon as
it
we all get on the
do? It's time for our weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whenever we feel like it, whenever our stupid chaotic lives let us
quarterly
have time to podcast and our spouses and our kids leave us alone. It's that time where the party's going to gain experience. On the mic we have...
DeHoffrin?
Draco. We'll go with Draco today.
Go Draco today. Is that your official name today, Draco?
I'm always Draco.
You're always
I was
Draco.
gonna go Draconis 303, but nah. Then it sounds like a singer or something like that.
Yeah, does sound like a singer. And Chaz. So, this is the part of the show where I ask, what tickles your fancy? But as we do kind of our super professional, super what is the word I'm looking for here? Like we're just professional, experienced podcasters. We kind of sit and talk for a couple minutes before the show, and my two co-hosts say they don't have anything to talk about. So I, like Atlas, will carry the world on my shoulders.
You're gonna carry the team.
The two viewers. I think we've had 2 views of our last podcast. You two viewers, this is for you.
For you.
So,
start us off then.
Oh, I will start us off. Oh, I'm going to start. I'm not only going to start us off. Like I said, carry the world on my shoulders. Let's talk about D&D. Let's talk about D&D. Now, we've all here played 3.5, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
One of the best editions.
One of the best editions. Okay.
Better than Thaco.
Let's talk about what your favorite edition is and why it's your favorite edition. I like 5th edition the most. Because with 5th edition, you have a great combination of mechanics. You have a great combination of storytelling. You have modules that are actually out there for DMs to either do by the book, who maybe don't have great imaginations but can want to technically run the game and like the technical side of it. So the book helps them with that imagination part. Or you have those dreamers, those believers, those out-of-the-world individuals like myself who don't know a damn about the mechanics of the game but can tell a great story, can weave a great yarn. I think 5th edition is the best.
Didn't they just change the rules for 5th edition, though? Like with that new book? They just changed the rules, though, right?
Well, what do you mean?
That's what you were talking about the other day. You were like, that with the new rule books coming out, they're going to change everything up, change the races up, change out how their stats work to make them more not racist or racy, or I don't know what you were talking about the other day. Like they're going to change it up to make it more. I don't even know what the word is. Just to make it more playable.
What, like Dwarf Lives Matter? Is that what you're trying to say?
Like Dwarf Lives Matter. Like make it more customizable.
Ooh, what if we did Elf Life Matters? Elves lives matter. Gnomes lives matter.
Everybody knows
Centaurs lives matter.
Centaurs do not matter. They are garbage.
It should be Wizards lives matter because they only have a 1d4.
That's actually not that bad idea. Trademark TM, Blood Oyster Cult. Wizard Lives Matter.
Wizard Lives Matter.
We could totally make t-shirts out of that. TM, Air1 TM. It's recorded. It's live. It's real.
Just sit there. Our shirt says 1d4 damage. Wizard dies.
No, that'd be on the back. That'd be on the back. What is it?
But anyway,
a D6, a D6 in the spell, a D4 in the sheets. Something like that, yeah. TM, trademarked, stamped.
My greatest favorite one is like, what is it? Jesus saves and rolls a 20.
No, it's Jesus saves and always takes half damage.
Oh.
So let's start with DeHoffrin, because Draco, you go on too many tangents, and there's only one space in this group for a dreamer, a spacey person, And that's well, actually, you are that fit. Never mind, because I'm too smart for that. All right, D'Hoffryn, what's your favorite edition?
So my favorite edition, like you, is 5th edition. I started off, my first go around was 3.5, and I thought it was great. But I always wanted to play spellcasters and this or that, and the idea of only getting so many spells a day, get stuck in a dungeon, and you're just SOL once you blow them. Because nobody in the party wants to stop and take a long rest to regain powers. Oh no, we can't throw up a tent.
2.5
So,
billion
5th
years
edition.
later.
5th edition cantrips, bringing them back and just being able to have those quick spell slots to have with no consequence and worry about becoming useless. And I said it before, I'll say it again, and I will continue to talk about it. The 5th edition made bards no longer a joke. I think now that they are the perfect multi-class that can be thrown in to pick up the slack with whatever your party might be lacking. They're awesome. They're fun to play. And it has my favorite spell, Hypnotic Pattern.
I remember playing DDO online back in the day. I used to love Hypnotic Pattern. It was one of the greatest spells.
It still is. I think that is the best. And if you have a instrument of the bard, it gives you advantage, or it gives all creatures you cast a spell against disadvantage on charisma saves.
Oh, nice.
Well, I mean,
Court.
when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons Online, the best spell is Tasha's Odo's Irresistible Dance. Because a little disco light appeared above the monster and they started dancing uncontrollably.
I would have said more like Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Nah.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious.
Well, I mean, you're wrong.
You know what's even better than that? Stinking Cloud.
Spell's stupid.
That's an amazing spell. I remember somebody yelling at me because I casted it in the middle of our party.
Yes. So, Draco, what is your favorite edition?
Oh, by far, 4th edition. Which is probably what y'all think, everybody thinks is like the worst edition. I thought it was the greatest edition. It literally streamlined it, okay? It made it extremely easy and playable. Your spells would just reload. You never ran out of certain spells, like magic missiles. You always had them. And it was just a hack and slash. There was a little bit of role play, but it was mostly dungeon crawl, hack and slash. That was the one that I was so into. I actually read all the books for it. I read the I read the DMG, I read the Player's Handbook. That's the only edition I've ever done that all. Like, I've read it all, memorized it all, so I could play that perfect. So when it came to my turn, like, boom, this is what I'm doing. Dude, 4th edition to me was the best.
Now, 4th edition has moments. Like, I really like that 4th edition really gave us cantrips and really kind of redefined powers. And they realized that you need to give classes more features than spells because you're very one-dimensional in older editions, right? Like going with the Hoffren says about, I blow my load with like 5 spells and I can't pitch my tent. But I'm bumped. And, with you, Draco, you're talking about like streamlining it and creating more for your character. It sounds like both those editions you guys like is because it gave your character more. It gave you guys the ability to play more and be less chastised. Because today I was at the reason I bring this up, today I was at my local game shop, Titan Moon, and I got my variant cover to Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, right? That was called.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I was talking to the lady who was at the store, and she was telling me how they ran out. They ran out the variant cover. They only had enough for the pre-orders, and that was it. And some of our friends actually said that they had like up to January wait time for a variant cover, and one of our friends who works from home was actually had to go all the way deep into town to find this book. So it's kind of interesting to see what 5th edition is doing. Do you guys think it's because of popularity?
Oh, 100%. I mean, you got so many more celebrities playing D&D now. It's becoming extremely popular. I'm pretty sure yesterday I was watching something on TikTok, and I saw, what's that guy's name? The guy who plays Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr.?
Yes. He was playing D&D with a bunch of other people on some random TikTok I just watched.
RDJ plays D&D.
I'm pretty sure it's him.
You know how it is. All the celebrities now are jumping on the bandwagon, Chaz. They're making it so much more popular and easier for everybody to enjoy this game because now, after playing one session, they're total experts at D&D.
Well,
exactly.
It is interesting to see retail outlets that don't normally have role-playing stuff, fantasy stuff, actually having it, what is it? You're telling me Dollar Tree now sells dice?
Yeah.
At $1 a box? That's pretty friggin' legit.
Yeah. I mean, you have also people who like Matt Mercer do on Critical Role,
But he wasn't super famous before Critical Role.
Yeah, but I mean, he's putting it out there. They're popular as hell now. Everybody's wanting to play. So, I mean, I've run into kids nowadays. I'll just talk about it, and they're like, "Yeah, I played 5th edition." I'm like, "Really? Because you didn't play it like 3 years ago when I tried to talk to you about it." No, so yeah, it's definitely the celebrities and the trend going around right now.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's kind of interesting. It's like, I know you guys aren't. I know Draco's really not into collectibles, but I had to go back and actually look at I went back and actually looked at my collection, and my Volos, my Xanathars, both have variant covers, and they're both worth a lot of money on eBay.
Though, right?
And they're being sold, not just some weird value, but they're actually selling at these high prices, which I'm like, absolutely no way am I going to sell these books because I'm never going to be able to replace them because I'm not going to spend much money on a book. Because Volos, as a rule book, wasn't a great rule book. I mean, it really didn't open a lot up to us. I mean, except for the Goliath, the Aasimar, and the crap Tabaxi. I mean,
I like me a Tabaxi.
I like me an Aasimar.
Exactly. There's a reason why. I mean, you both are garbage, so those are garbage races. I mean,
excuse me. You play an Aasimar in our campaign, too.
Oh, I'm playing Aasimar because I thought it was going to be a fun build, and I totally forget that I am an Aasimar. I'm like, an Aasimar forgets I'm an Aasimar. And, like, all these times I'm like...
You have amnesia.
No, I need my wings, for example. I need to be able to, like, sprout my wings and fly. And I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get across this gorge today? And then, D'Hoffryn goes, hey, dumbass, you're an Aasimar. Oh, yeah, I sprout wings and fly across.
Off topic, but we ran into a Medusa, and she spout off her special, which caused us to have our legs frozen or turned to stone. Not our whole body, but we just couldn't walk. And so I was like, all right. I Aasimar up, and I start flying, and Chaz was like, oh, shit. I could do that.
Totally forgot about that. So, egg on my face. I'm a garbage player, too. So,
no, you're not. You're one of the best players I know.
But
lie about that.
It's interesting. It's interesting. Like, when you ask someone what their favorite edition is, and it's interesting to kind of hear what they like the most about it. Like, when you talk about D'Hoffryn, you really express, like, the ability to play whatever you want. Kind of, it opens up the realm. Am I right on that?
Yeah.
And with you, Draco, it's more of a, hey, I don't want any of that. Like, I don't want any of that fluff. I don't want any of that storyline. Don't put role playing in my role playing game.
Yeah, I like a little bit of role playing. Like, I like puzzles and.
No, that's not role playing. That's like
that,
saying I'm a gamer and you play FIFA and Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'm not that guy who jumps up and goes, "By the power of Agnerania, I summoned thy meteor to destroy my foe before me." Yeah, I don't do that stuff, man. But yeah, I shoot him with the fireball.
Well, no, hold on. Now you do. You just gotta get you excited. It's like once we pop that cork, and you start like when you like a chain of events happen, and you're like, man, I hit on all cylinders right there. I did the most maximum damage I could do. I really threw it out there. You'll jump up, and start screaming, "I will survive" song.
I do.
And
or the best one, my character who's like, "I need your help."
yeah, that was interesting. It's
I was making you all yell at me. This is who I am.
Now, I will say I did come across a really interesting concept of 5 Warforged artificers that come together to make one giant Warforge.
So like Power Rangers.
Like
Power
Voltron.
Rangers! No, it's Power Rangers.
No, it's
Don't you lie to
not.
me. Yes, they get their dinosaurs and then they make a bigger dinosaur.
Well, when did Power Rangers come out?
No one like 1980s?
90s.
90s.
Okay, I'm a little off, but that's okay.
And when did
You're
Voltron
right.
come
A little
out?
off.
They're actually all a ripoff from a Japanese show that came out in like the 70s.
Get it? It's Strive.
Oh, you can call me Phil. I don't fucking care.
Phil.
Yeah, it's all a ripoff from a Japanese show. Believe
What's
it
the
or
name of
not.
the Japanese show?
Oh God, dude.
Cow?
Hold on, let me look up Japanese Power Rangers.
Is it
See?
what about
Japanese Power Rangers.
No. I have to. Let's see. Super Sentai.
Super Sentai.
now the real question is that Phil, what's your
Hello.
favorite edition of D&D and why?
What's my honestly, every single edition has Fireball, so I'm pretty happy. Unlike TJ, who says he uses Fireball when you all know he only uses Pickpocket, I like my Fireball.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with taking a staff from a wizard named Elemental.
And your party that you can't use, just to be
No,
a
it's
dick.
not true. I got
NBD.
use magic device. I got use magic device.
No,
Okay.
not in 5th edition. You don't.
You're right. I'll be a thief, and I'll just use it at like 12th level or something like that.
Yep, 10th level.
I'd rather play with our boy Tall Best freaking RPing as Morty than TJ.
Yes, we have in
Yeah.
one of our campaign we're running of Storm King's Thunder. One of the characters is actually role-playing Morty from Rick and Morty. He does the voice and everything, where he's like, "Oh, jeez, okay, oh, jeez." And the best part was the first night when he started doing that, Phil totally through the computer, without a camera, without the aid of visuals, you could hear his eyes roll. From multiple states
Alive,
away, the
audible
rust,
sigh.
the gears popped as his eyes rolled, as he was like, "Oh God, this guy's gonna be annoying," and he has not let up on the poor guy. Matter of fact,
Hey.
Phil almost
I'm
made
gonna
him
play
rage
that
quit.
game.
Oh yeah, we almost got him. We almost killed Morty, dude, but Morty came back.
So in one of the random encounters, there's a random encounter in the book where they talk about running into a group of elk, right? And there's a 1% or like some small chance that one of the elk have solid gold antlers. Okay. So I rolled the random encounter. I was like, all right. So I rolled how many elk there were. I was like, all right. And then I rolled percentages for every elk to make sure the elk didn't have a golden antlers, and sure the last one had a golden antler. And the only thing the encounter says is if you see them, they're grazing, and then if you attack them, they run away, right? So the party encounters them, and this paladin with the voice of Morty, who is paladin of the ancients, right? Oath of the ancients.
Alune
And then
or
his
whatever.
goddess is Alune. Goes over and has a moment with the elk and communicates with nature and is communing with nature. And then, of course,
No, Lyndon did it first.
Of course, Lyndon throws his hammer at them, and this character Talbest goes, "Why would you do that?" Then Phil shut it down with darkness.
He attacked Lyndon first.
Okay, he attacked Lyndon first. Then
crit.
Phil cast darkness. Then, out of the darkness, heard the fireball being cast above him, and killed the elk, all of them. And we actually had to find out how much meat was available for them to consume and take, and the fact that the antlers melted and went down to the head and preserved the head in gold. The goblin of the group ran over, grabbed the head, and presented it to the paladin as kind of a, "Hey, bro, sorry." And the paladin just kind of swatted it away, and now he has the skull. It was a pretty eventful night.
Yeah, he almost walked away. We were all cussing at each other. It was a pretty good time.
Yep.
If only we had
I definitely got
Draco
to blame
there.
you on that game. So this way, y'all focus fire on that guy and not me.
If only we had a. Oh wait, we
The
did
only
have.
Draco.
We did have. Oh wait, Draco didn't show up that night. That's right. We needed our real Draco that day.
Yeah, you needed the real Draco, okay?
I can't hear you through that lag, buddy. What are you doing over there?
Horribly dirty things.
Now,
That would explain why your internet's lagging. Quit downloading that shit, buddy.
No, I
now
went down a hill.
let's talk about Tasha's. Let's talk about Tasha's Cauldron. Are you guys excited about changing stat points however you feel like with each race?
I haven't really looked at it yet because I couldn't find it online, and unlike some people, I didn't buy it immediately.
I mean, I guess it might be cool, but I don't know. I'm so used to just playing D&D where it's just there's one rule and that's what you get.
What about you, Dahofrin?
Yeah, totally excited about being able to switch up and get it all in there and mix it around and get it all crazy.
Although I will tell you this, though, I can't wait to play you guys again. So I make my Warforge. I want to play my Warforge.
Well, now that's the question then. Okay, should we allow Draco to play a Warforge because Warforges are stuck in Eberron?
So I'm an adventuring Warforged character.
I'm a level 1. I don't know how I got here, guys. Oh, gee.
I was crafted by a wizard in a different place. Okay, whatever.
I'm a smart golem.
Then he threw me in the garbage chute. It was just the wrong one. Now I'm here. What's going on? Oh, jeez. That'd be your story, Mr. Draco.
So
You know me, I'm up for everybody being able to play whatever they want in any setting. I'm not one of those DMs.
Here, look at this progressive Dahofrin with the everyone's welcome. Let's all have sex with a centaur as a unicorn.
What?
Dahofrin has been trying to bed a centaur in one of our campaigns for many
Avacyn.
moons.
Avacyn has been trying to bed.
Avacyn.
Wait, you haven't succeeded yet?
No, they're scared of my awesome powerfulness.
I'm not the DM. I just got done with it and been over with it. But in that campaign, Avacyn's a royal bitch, and she's always wanted like a murderous warpath.
Oh, that character.
Yeah, see,
Or it's that time of the decade.
it's I mean, she needs chocolate because she is
Right.
just raging. She's not even a barbarian. If she was a barbarian, I wouldn't put it past her. But she's a paladin, a bloodthirsty, killing paladin. Vengeance. Of probably Neral. I mean, I don't know. What's your deity?
Raw.
My deity is oh crap!
Corellian
What is his
Lotharian?
name? No, I chose
Palor.
God
No.
no, Paler of Light. I chose a planeswalker from Magic the Gathering.
What?
As my
Teferi?
god. Crap! Why can't I think of his name? The vampire
Try to think.
Don't hate me for forgetting his name, guys. The
Oh,
two people
hate
listening
has been
who are shouting at
established.
me right now.
Soren?
Soren. Yes.
So Soren, the deity you completely forgot about, because I mean, I don't forget about Jesus, and he's always with me. Apparently, your Soren is only on the weekends.
Pretty
That's
much.
when he plays the game.
Yep. Every Thursday night,
There
Church
you
of
go.
Soren. But no, I mean, I'm really kind of wondering what the future of collectibles is going to be like, and the future of this hobby is going to be like. Because do you guys feel that 5th edition is kind of turning into 3.5 with how convoluted, and do you feel like that we're at a saturation point where they might need to start developing the new edition?
I feel like that might be their intent, is to flesh everything. Because remember, did you play 2nd edition?
Yeah.
You remember at 2nd edition, they came out with so many handbooks for so many classes that weren't in the players. We just got so full of shit that eventually when 3rd came out, it was like, oh, nice. Fresh slate. You don't need 18 books to make a character. Then you got your mid-maxers over here compared to your people that just want to normally play. Mid-maxers going around destroying everything, and your normal party members are just like, I attack. What's your AC?
I need to calculate my Thaco 2-hit AC 0.
I don't know. I don't think that they need to jump right into making a new 6th edition. They're going to keep making these books like Tasha's that people can either use to enhance their game, do it where they are different worlds and you find these races only in these worlds, and magical items and creatures, and then they're hopefully going to go back to making more modules. And that's where I see it going, and they're expanding. So they're what they need to do, making more products to turn a profit, because they can't keep making money if they don't keep producing, but they can keep producing without making all of our books that we've just gone out and purchased obsolete in a month.
Well, yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like when I look at the books that's come out, and I look at it, I don't feel like we're at the true saturation point. I think there's still some penetration that's there. I think that we still have ways to expand, but it's interesting to kind of see like all these different DMs starting to surface now, and all these different play styles. And I mean, in all honesty, I think it's really kind of cool where with Etsy, Pinterest, eBay, Amazon, a plethora of game workshop areas, that does Warhammer and does, what is that one? Kings of War. All these different tabletops. They're creating so much for tabletops that you can't get bored with it. It seems like every time I turn around, there's a new gadget that just speaks that part of me. Like, I want that. Like, I know Warlock, for example, Warlock tiles. I know before, tile systems for dungeons were an unattainable goal to have, right? Because they're just too damn expensive. But now, they're still expensive, but they're not so out of reach to where I can actually buy them and use them instead of like, oh great, Chaz, we're in a dungeon again. Even though we're in the woods, you keep making tiles for a dungeon. Like the cardboard cutouts that we used to buy?
Yeah.
Phil? Draco?
Oh, I remember.
I'm just glad that you're still here. So it's one of those things where I really like the fact that, what was it? I love the simple things like just making the little vials of red D4s that actually create health potions. So when you're at the table and the DM says, okay, puts out the health potion in front of in the middle of the table, so everyone who takes a health potion just picks up this little glass vial you bought at like Hobby Lobby, pop the cork and drop the dice, and there you go. There's your healing. I think that's really cool to kind of add to the funness of the game. And I'm super excited about cooking different meals from the D&D cookbook for when we meet up again for our tabletop adventures. Have you guys thought about that stuff? Like when do we see each other again? When do we go back to gaming at the table?
Yeah. Well, that and every year for Thanksgiving, me and my friends would get together and, like the Saturday before, not officially Thanksgiving, we'd have our own Geeksgiving, Dorksgiving. And
That's
now
great.
we could actually make an actual meal out of D&D and have a true Geeksgiving meal and spread.
Geeks giving. I like that. I like that a lot. What about you, Phil? Because you don't do a lot of tabletop. You play mostly video versions of it. Like, what do you feel? Do you miss the tabletop? Do you want to see? You want to go back to it?
Oh, I'd be more than happy to play at, someone's house, play D&D. It was always enjoyable, but having Roll20 is pretty cool though. I do like having the map and the trackability of there he goes, the trackability of like spells and hit points and stuff like that right there without having to like write it down or use something to calculate it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Hello.
Oh, dude, I'm trying to talk the whole time. Y'all just keep cutting over me. I'm like,
We heard you. We just don't like you.
Oh, I know that you don't, but I don't care about you because I don't like cool people.
He's because he's forky. He's garbage.
Yeah, you're forky. Oh, no, garbage. He's trash.
He's trash.
Hey, that's not nice.
Although I don't know, I've seen him play his Black Desert Online, and he stream snipes pretty good. So I can't say he's trash.
I would never stream snipe someone. I just help people create content.
You're a content creator. You're a content creator supporter.
That's right.
Yeah.
Free service.
It is a free service, right?
So, what do you think about going back to tabletop? Do you miss the tabletop part of it, Draco,
Yeah, I
or
miss
do you
it.
like the digital side?
No, I hate the digital side. Don't get me wrong, it's fine, but my life's too hectic to have digital. I want the break from my family and my kids, and to go and just be a rogue or something like that, where I can just pillage and loot and kill everything in my sight.
Just be useless and be a detriment to your team.
That's not true. I'm very good at figuring out puzzles that have rubies behind them. Like rubies behind the doors. I'm very good at that.
Yeah, I love playing Dungeon of the Mad Mage with you, and you're like, oh, I roll deception, so nobody go through this thing. It's a trap. You all die. But that's the doorway that we need to go through.
Why would I tell you that though? I would say it's safe, and let you walk through it to disarm the trap.
Why would you not just be a team player? Did you ever think about that?
Oh, okay. I'll answer this question for you. Do you remember the time? Do you want you to remember the time?
20 years ago, sure.
No. It was about maybe 10 years ago. About 10. I was
15.
being chased. I walked into your tavern room to ask for help. Instead of helping me with one hit point, you magic missiled me. Okay? Then you broke my legs, broke my fingers, mangled my body, and then threw my dead body out the window.
No. What happened was
you.
that you, TJ, when Phil got damaged and got down to one hit point, you ran into his room because you were like a shark that you smelt blood in the water. You ran into the room.
No.
Hold on. We know your
Okay,
memory
tell
is
your
shit.
side.
All those
Tell your
years
side,
of
tell your side.
those years of whippets.
There's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
there are two instances, Chaz.
Yeah.
I got revenge on TJ.
No, that was the start of it. That
Nope.
was the start of it.
I got
Then the
revenge.
Then the next time I went to go get revenge on you, and you still killed me, mangled my body, threw me out the window.
Well, it's funny was he just broke your fingers and toes and shit in your shoes and pissed in your canteen.
I wouldn't kill you. You killed my character. I didn't make a new character.
The
I'm not
DM
that
really
mean.
said my character is unplayable.
Yeah, that DM he definitely did that. But like, what do you guys think that? Do you think
I promise you, you've killed me more than I've killed you.
What's that?
I said Strife has killed me more than I've killed him.
Yeah, but you've tried to kill me more than I've tried to kill you.
No. You put me in like you gave me like. Don't even get me started. You would do horrible things to me. To
I have
egg
not.
me on to die.
I haven't attacked a
Add me
single
on.
one of my party members in my current game, and we're like level 7.
That's
All
because
right, guys,
I'm
guys.
not there.
All right, guys. Back on track.
Our moderator is like, let's get back on track.
He wants to get the.
So,
Okay.
again, like tabletop, like, do you ever see yourself owning the books, Phil? I mean, like, do you need to own the books?
No, I used to like to buy them and collect them, etc. But with editions changing every couple years, just feels a little wasteful.
Now, don't you feel like it can add to like do you have a collection in your house, like a game room maybe, or do you ever want like a game room?
Nope.
What?
You're talking to the wrong guy.
No, I'm asking. You're not supposed to tell me yes. You're supposed to say yes or no. I mean,
I want a game room.
Nah.
Shit, I want a man cave. Sign that says "No wife allowed."
well, that just makes them come in there more often. What about you?
I'm not running out and buying every single thing that pops out. I am gonna get Tasha's Cauldron. I did get Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, Volo's Guide, and Xanthar's, because that's got specific stuff I need, and I like having physical copies.
Connection.
Well,
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
they
It's
help
like
me.
it makes me want to like go out and get that shit Tyranny of Dragons just to have the variant cover, because maybe that won't be worth a lot of money because, like I said, all these other editions are going up. It's pretty interesting to think about like where the collectibles are going and like what we're going to be doing in value. What was it? We were finding out that the crappy dice from the 90s, just the dice that were given you in the set, that are probably made like 95 cents to make, and you probably bought them for about $1.50. Now they're worth a lot of money because people want that nostalgic pace, even though it's not nostalgic for them. What are y'all's thoughts on that? Is that something you understand? Like, what do you think about that? We'll start with you, Phil. What do you think?
Well, let TJ go ahead.
Okay.
Don't let TJ go ahead.
Go ahead,
Because
TJ.
I don't do collectible stuff because I live life like a minimalist, man. To me, if it's not needed, it's a waste of money. Give it to the poor people.
You are the
Hey,
poor
wait.
people.
Exactly my point. I am the poor people. Give it.
Aren't
I'll
you
buy
the
it
one with
for
all
you,
the
I'll collect it.
dragon statues in your room as well?
I keep lagging out, man.
All right.
I keep
Phil, do
lagging.
you collect anything at all?
I used to, but no, not anymore. I don't really collect much stuff.
All right. What about you, DeHoffrin? Like, what is some stuff you want to start collecting in D&D?
I'm starting to collect figures like Drizzt statue
Oh yeah, that's coming
That's
out. That's actually should have came
coming out in
right?
December. No, it's coming out in December.
Oh, they pushed it back.
Yeah. I've got that on pre-order. They actually have his swords as well that you can pre-order and get.
Yeah, I saw that too. That's pretty dope.
You guys have seen my video where I opened up the My Little Pony
Yes.
D&D versions.
Yes, I have.
So I collect random stuff like that. I'm not like you. I don't get in the alternate covers of the books. I just buy the books for use.
I guess if I was to collect something, it would probably be Final Fantasy VII. That's the things I would go out and collect the most. Because that has the most strongest memories for me as a child.
Well, I think
miniatures.
that as long as you find something that to me collectible, as long as you're not breaking the bank, but it's like I like having an area. I use it as like my Fortress of Solitude, I guess, because I've never really had my own space since I was a kid. Because for a short period of time, my brothers moved out. I actually had my own space, and then I went and got dumb and married my high school sweetheart, and I lost my space. Well, we moved in together. We weren't even married yet. I lost my space. But it's kind of like my Fortress of Solitude. I get where the point of like Superman has to have his little area to kind of get away and re-energize and look around his room and kind of see what's out there. But with D&D, I like the fact that there's a lot more collectibles now. I like the fact that you're able to go out and buy like art and actual statues and miniatures. You guys ever like go to old toy stores like with the kids or just kind of in your neighborhoods like to Hoffer? Do you ever go like to Half Price Books and look at the D&D section?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay, like what about Goodwills? You ever like hit the Goodwills up?
Hit the Goodwills, Savers. I love going to Savers. They a lot of times have really cool finds. I found the original Thundercat toys before. They've done Silverhawks in their little bags of toys. That is a really great place if you're lucky enough to find them. That usually has some really good treasures.
I like Savers too. It's a good place. I think it's better than Goodwill, in my opinion.
Well, I like the fact that whenever gaming in general. What about video games, Phil? Do you want to collect video games or not even that
Nope, not a collector.
at all?
Not at all.
Play it once, throw it away.
I mean, I want to throw it away. But
He probably does digital downloads.
you're not wrong.
He's like me.
Well,
I just
okay.
got it back into Dance Revolution on the Wii.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, talk about figuring out as an old person that you're out of shape trying to keep up with those dance moves.
Oh, I found our
I
old
was
guitars from
sore.
our Guitar Hero days.
Oh, I miss Guitar Hero.
We used to have jam
Those are good
sessions.
times.
Oh yeah.
I was a drummer.
Yep, we'd play.
I was
We'd
so-
play.
I was so skinny and good looking back then.
Okay, that's not weird.
I just
Everyone
like
was
this
skinny when they were
again.
younger. It's called metabolism.
Oh, it's called getting old.
Okay, or
And not
metabolism.
eating right.
So
No,
I mean,
I don't know.
do you?
I mean, Travis
I-
still has an 8-pack.
Yeah, Travis is our age. He's not fat.
That's rude.
He's a good looking guy still.
Fair enough. So, is there any like video games you guys are excited about seeing coming out?
Final Fantasy VII Remake for the Xbox in 2021. Whenever they're going to release it.
But it's only the first part.
No, it's not the first part. The first part's already out.
First part's already out.
Yeah, but whenever you get it on Xbox, or is it out on Xbox also?
It will be. They're going to release all that they have in 2021. Supposedly in March. But I can't
Yeah, but
wait
how
because-
many
but
how
this
many
is why I
parts is that game gonna
It
be?
is
'Cause
just
they
the first part.
can't-
one
it's
game
the
to
first
get out of Midgar. Like, hello, it's gonna be like 5
Yeah,
games
but
long.
they're going to increase like the backstories of all the people, and they're going to create much more about the favorite characters that I love that I grew up with. I used
Oh,
to
it's-
have
seven games.
yes, it'll be a huge game. 'Cause I remember the game alone was 4 discs. The game alone for PlayStation back in it's 4 discs, right? And I remember I used to have I went and got like a pre-ordered copy where they gave me this beautiful poster, and I used to have it on my wall. That thing sat on my wall for like 5 years. When that little bitty house that the walls didn't touch the roof. Remember, Chaz?
Oh yeah.
Little bitty wall. The roof I had no walls that touched the roof. But yes, so that's the game I'm most excited for. Like, I can't wait. Like, I just can't wait.
I'm waiting for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's coming out next year as well.
Vampire's a good game. I wish my friends would play Vampire, Mage, or White Wolf, but they play D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got into those because the mechanics of it don't speak to me. It's more of a role playing only.
Oh, you
Right.
can sit there and be combat heavy. They have all the combat rules.
I know that I just said the mechanics don't speak to me.
It can be combat heavy, but most of the time when you're playing it, it really is role play heavy. Combat is your
Secondary.
last resort.
Shoot, that last order I'm playing.
It's
What do you
it
do?
Depends on the
Very-
party.
depends on the party.
Depends on the party, because if you come up to me, be like, "What do you do?"
TJ'd be
Well,
in
every-
Torpal half the game.
Yeah.
Damn
Every
right.
time I've played with my friends, it's everybody's from a different house, so it's all politics and funness.
I like Dark Ages, dude. There's a lot of other games other than D&D that were tabletop that were good though.
Oh, yeah.
Like Munchkins. Munchkins was an amazing one. I'm not tabletop though, but it's just a board game. It's my favorite board game.
Oh yeah,
Which one?
Monopoly is awesome.
Monopoly breaks people up and causes divorces. My wife owns like 5, 6, 7 Monopoly games. She's like, "Let's play." I'm like, "No, we want a divorce." No,
Yep, and she's got
we will
like
not
five.
play.
She's got like 5 ex-husbands.
Monopoly causes divorce.
She must not be good at Monopoly.
He was trying to bring up Munchkin as a role-playing game.
I hate
Yeah.
Munchkins.
It's because you always
I
lose.
love Munchkins.
It's because you always lose.
No,
You beat me.
no,
Out of what? Out of 5 years, you beat me what, like twice? In
no,
5
no,
years?
no. The real board games, like when you get into board games and you start like playing the real ones, I love like when you tell your like people at work, normal people, and they're like, "Oh, what are you gonna do this weekend?" "Oh, I'm gonna go to a friend's house. We're gonna play some board games." And immediately their head goes like, "What, like Shoots and Ladders or Trouble?" Yes, fucking grown adults are gonna go play Trouble.
Candyland.
And yeah, Shoots and Ladders or Candyland. Yes, that's what we're gonna fucking do. We're gonna play Monopoly because that's the only adult board game I think people can wrap their minds around is Monopoly.
I used to play Shots and Ladders.
Shots and Ladders.
Yeah. That's a good
The only
game.
the only 2 games I refuse to play is Cards Against Humanity and Munchkins.
Oh, Cards Against Humanity is great.
Well, first off, you don't refuse to play Munchkins because you know if I'm doing board game night, you're probably going to play Munchkins and you'll play. Every man trip, you play Munchkins and you know you do.
Oh my god. One of the things that drives me nuts. Phil, do you ever play like big board games?
Yeah, I have.
One of the things that drives me nuts is when a person who owns a board game, right, takes out. And we're talking about those intricate board games, those ones that like come in the big boxes that are like $80 and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they just take the box, they open it up, they open all the baggies up, they put all the pieces out. We set the board game up, we have a great time, we play, and when we're done, they just take their arm and scoop the entire contents of it into a box.
Even though it was in baggies. and
It was in baggies. They
organized.
scooped the entire thing. That is our friend TJ. So this was the best thing. Our friend Lyndon bought him a board game, and intricate board game, and he was all excited going, I'm going to get TJ
Play.
into all
It's
these
a
board
great
games. TJ,
game.
shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. And then literally, he just scoops the entire thing into a box when he was done and walks out the door, and our friend Lyndon goes, I'm never buying him a fucking board game ever again. Never again.
All the pieces are still there.
I swear, that is the test of a true person, is how they organize their board games when they're done. Like,
We
watch, the
have-
Hofren. How do you organize your board games when you're
Very
done with them?
organized.
We have specific baggies, Ziploc baggies that we keep on hand for whenever you open up a new game. That while opening up and figuring it out, you separate them out and put in baggies, then pull it out for the game, and then when the game is over, each person sits there and they have their own designated baggie of what they're putting the pieces are in for.
And Phil, if you were to own a board game, what would you do?
Be organized.
Exactly.
That's
Only
not fair,
garbage people who don't deserve board games.
My Munchkins game is very organized.
It's
okay?
not organized. It's cards. That's all that game is.
No, I got my dice in one baggie, my people in one baggie, my board game set aside, and my cards. All the decks are separated by their additions, and they are properly put together.
I haven't put my cards in order when I put them away.
Yep. See?
That's too much work.
That's why I don't like digital
Unless it's
downloads.
Munchkins.
Digital downloads are for
Unless-
lazy people.
Unless it's Munchkins. But to be honest, if you go into my bedroom, every board game in there is organized. So I'm not worried about
You
it.
only have Shoots and Ladders and Munchkins.
I have Doctor Who, Monopoly. I got Monopoly.
Garbage.
I got Risk. I got my
Garbage.
favorite game, Scrabble.
No.
That's
See,
very organized.
Scrabble.
he's got Scrabble.
My Uno cards are organized, boys.
My Uno-
Check
I
me
got
out.
Yeah, Phase 10.
Shut up, TJ.
Okay, Phase 10. I got it all.
Now, do you feel that whenever you don't have your D&D group with you guys, do you feel a board game's a good substitute? Like, what do you guys think? Like, What's some board games that you guys use to substitute for D&D when you can't have that D&D fix or that role-playing fix?
Betrayal at House on the Hill.
Betrayal
My
on
only-
House of Hill.
You are my only friend, so if I can't hang out with you, I don't get to play board games.
Fair enough. Sad life.
He's your only friend. That feels bad.
What about
That
you,
I hang
Phil?
out with, yeah. It's nothing that I hang out with. No one else hangs out with me anymore. I'm too cool for them.
What about you,
Uh,
Phil?
I don't really have any board games that I've played for a while.
I'm telling you, Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven. Go out,
Is that the
get
that's
Gloomhaven.
right.
It's
that's the one you played with
yes, with our
what's his
friends,
name?
absolutely.
Yes.
The thing I love about Gloomhaven is you're able to unlock characters as you play. And one of the great things is if you go online and look up like the community of like how big the subreddit is of Gloomhaven. Like if you say the name of the class, they get the first thing they do is they post the rules of do not say the name of the class. It's got to be the 2 figurine, the 3 figurine one, or the figurine with the sickle or whatever it might be, because they do not want to know the name of the class, because not all the figurines, all the classes for the board game are unlocked at the very beginning. I mean, yes, you could just pop the boxes open and just because you own it and do whatever you want, but it's so cool. Like there's like so many boxes in there, right? And when you go to open a box, you're not supposed to open. You're only supposed to open like 5 of like the 15 that are in there. And you have to do these special quests to open the boxes.
So it's like the Legacy games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, why don't we just set up a time next weekend to play a board game called Gloomhaven at your house?
Board game.
Board
I mean,
games.
we all get together at Veterans anyway to play Pokemon. Is it any difference?
Oh my God. What is with Pokemon Go and not putting out good community day? Look, I don't give a shit about Electabuzz or Magmar.
I
Give
want
me
my shiny Magmar.
you don't have a shiny Magmar?
No.
No.
He's pink.
I know.
Whoop de
That's why I want
doo,
him.
Oh.
Basil.
And first off, let me say this. If you're going to make a shiny Pokemon, why is it an off color of the main one? That pisses me
No.
off. I worked hard to get a 3-star shiny Electabuzz, and then I evolved him, and he just wasn't a bright yellow. He was a dark
And
yellow.
he had blue eyes.
That's stupid. Give me a whole different color. Make his stripes red. Make his body black.
Hey, you guys were upset about the Gengar.
Oh,
Shinies.
yes. Oh, God.
Have you Mega evolved your Gengar yet?
No, he
As a
doesn't.
shiny?
I know he turns white.
Yes, he turns
Whoop de doo,
awesome.
Basil. He turns white. He's so garbage.
He turns awesome.
No, he's a glass cannon. He's Mr. Gloom from, what is it called? Twisted Metal 2. He's garbage. Unless you have God mode on, you can't play Mr. Gloom. The little motorcycle that shoots the flaming skull at you. Oh, it's horrible.
Okay, first off, that guy's a 2-hit wonder. You hit somebody twice with that guy, and they die.
Yes.
His special was that powerful.
But when you run over a cat in the damn game, you take half your life.
You do die quickly.
All right. So
Do you
no,
remember the God mode code for it?
no. But I think Pokemon Go is doing. I'm really impressed. Like how they're still staying current after 4 years of this game. Everyone, I love how there's still people out there like, oh, you still play that? And I'm like, of course I still play it. Why would I stop?
Well, I mean, they are like Niantic and part of Nintendo, so they're pretty good at just keeping you interested.
Well, I'm just excited about buying a Switch eventually and being part of the cool
Oh.
kid club of the Switch owners.
Yeah, they're gonna be Switch friends. But to be honest, I don't really get off my Xbox enough to play on my Switch. I need to go be Pokemon Sword and Shield.
So glad that we're going to be Switch friends for people who don't even get on there. But no, I'm excited
Call
about
of
playing
Duty.
Pokemon Sword and Shield with D'Hoffrin.
Ooh. Speaking of that, hey, DeHoffer, do you have an Xbox?
Yes, we are an Xbox household.
They just updated Sea of Thieves. And it's pretty amazing right now. Like, I was playing it last night. I was super into it again. And I know you can play Sea of Thieves crossplay on your computer, Mr. Chaz.
Yes.
with me.
The only downside of Sea of Thieves is when you play with Draco, he is the worst pirate ever.
Or the best. But
No,
you have heard
no,
of me.
no.
But you have heard of me.
I really truly feel like those videos online of people doing the best pirate things. I'm waiting for to go on there and seeing Phil have his own Sea of Thieves pirate video.
I don't think Phil even plays Sea of Thieves. Do you, Phil?
Negative.
Let's go be pirates together. Come on. I'm going to get on right now. I'm going to get on right now.
Now, one thing I want to ask for our last 5 minutes, all right? Let's circle back to we're at 55 minutes. Let's circle back real fast. I want to ask one question about D&D. I want everyone's opinion. What do y'all think about Session Zero? Because it's mentioned in Tasha's, and this is the first time I think in a D&D book they actually bring out the importance of Session Zero.
I don't know what Session Zero is.
DeHoffrin, you want to explain what Session Zero is?
I would if I knew what it was.
Son of a bitch.
I haven't played D&D since COVID happened, man.
Hey, Chaz, why don't you explain what Session Zero is?
DeHoffrin, thank you for giving me that opportunity. Apparently, this is the Chaz show with a couple of guests who one doesn't collect or play video games or any other stuff. Other only play Shoots and Ladders and Monopoly, and then DeHoffrin. So, anyways,
I prefer Risk.
Session Zero is when the DM has a meetup with the whole group, and they discuss what they want from the game, from the session. So, take for example, I have Phil in our group. Now, Phil likes to have some role play aspects in there, some here and there. But I think he's really starting to dig the fact that his character's not like a one-hit wonder, or like we're going to play him like 3 sessions and throw that character sheet away. It's not used to start back at square one. I think that's what Hoffman brought in, what Phil brought in was he wanted to see longevity. He wants to see the module through. He wants to see the game progress all the way through.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been past level 5 in our games. Like, straight through.
What do you think about our Session Zero, Phil?
It is nice to. Well, we have a lot of variance in our game, which comes from that, right? Like, someone's in the water and they get hit with lightning, they take extra damage for being electrocuted.
That's an urban myth.
You'd like that, TJ.
No, it's not an
That's
urban
an urban myth.
Tell you what,
Factual.
Draco, go in your house, get in your bathtub, fill it up,
grab a toaster,
and throw a toaster in there, and then call us back and do a reaction video to that. Let's see what we have.
That toaster
I want to watch it
right
live.
on top of you.
Disclaimer, nobody tried this at home.
Oh, disclaimer, no one try this at home. TM.
If you're like 30 feet away from a bolt of lightning and you're in the river, much less the ocean, which has more particles in it, you're not going to get shocked as much as you think you are.
Dude, it was like they were like waist deep in water, TJ.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
it depends on how far away it strikes.
no. See, what you
5
understand,
feet.
though, Phil, is that there's particles in the water that stops electricity.
Oh yeah, I didn't know
like
that.
mud,
there's
like
particles.
muddy water. Well, even
Yeah,
water has
exactly.
resistance. Even water has resistance. And plus, you got mud. You get some muddy water. Then the mud has resistance to it.
I mean, the electric eel is a cunning warrior and hunter because it jumps up and bites its prey. It doesn't use electricity at all because the
Last
water's
time
too
I
dirty.
checked, an electric eel won't kill you if it electrocutes
Nope,
you.
it won't. Nope, because the water's too
Exactly.
muddy. Now, DeHoffrin,
That
let's talk about
salty,
what do you think about
actually
Session
salty.
Zeros? Like, how important is Session Zeros to you?
So, now that you describe it and explain it to me, I do like Session Zero. The thing that I think is missing from some of the games that we play is I would like to see critical roles affect the game. Not just I get to roll double damage, but I hit a critical and something awesome happens. At the
Like
same point,
Okay.
if I roll a 1, you do a nat 1, like that has a negative effect in the game. Not just, you just really botched it up, but like the story about the guy who went and tried to stab the orc on the bridge, ended up rolling a 1, accidentally lightly caressed his back and ended up marrying him.
Figure out the butt crack.
Yeah.
Don't they have like a deck of cards you can buy for that?
Yeah,
Sometimes
something
you roll
like
a
that.
critical, you can pull. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
but
is a good idea. I like that.
that's what I always expected would happen whenever there were critical rolls in a game, and whenever I play, it's just, oh, you rolled a 1. Oh, you rolled a 20.
Well,
So-
folks, it's
Wait,
come
I
that
missed
time.
one. I missed one. I want one. I want one. Give me Assassin Zero too.
All right, we'll
right.
extend it just for Draco. What did you think about Session Zeros? How important are they to you?
They're important. I want called shots back in our games. Called
That'd
shots.
be pretty cool.
Yeah, called shots. Buddy.
Now, here's a question for all three of you, because most of y'all aren't ever DMs really, and that's nothing negative, just truth. What would you do if the DM decide to called shot you?
It's only
Do
fair.
it.
It's only fair. It's only fair.
All's fair in love and war.
That's right.
And how would you like if the DM made an NPC castrate you because it got a high persuasion check?
That's okay. We have a cleric to heal that shit up.
Now, TJ, let me ask you what if the DM had a Vorpal sword and nat 20 crit you and chopped your head off? How would you feel about that?
Dude, a Vorpal sword's gonna crit your head off anyway. It's a Vorpal sword.
How would you feel if you rolled another 20 to confirm the crit on the first round of combat that took the entire session's night?
Then if I'm not playing a Degum halfling with luck, or whatever the hell it is, then now I'm screwed.
No, what's
Do
going to
you not
happen
remember
is
when that happened to you?
If a
Yes, I remember
character,
what happened to me.
those are characters,
100%.
Phil, that if they die, no one's getting anything done because they're going to pout and scream the entire night.
I didn't have a backup character. It wasn't fair.
Absurd.
Absurd.
You went home.
Yes.
Went home.
I had to go home. I had no character.
You went home.
All right.
He didn't pout. He went home.
I went home.
All
I
right,
was like, all right,
so-
I'm good. Going home.
Let's end this with some final thoughts. We'll start with DeHoffrin.
Cher, I love you. I want to meet you. Call me up. Anybody out there listening that was Cher, how to find her for me, hit me up. And anybody who has not yet watched Julie and the Phantoms on Netflix, it is an awesome show. For the music alone is poppin' and jammin'. I would love to see a second season, but that's only going to happen if more people watch it. Julie and the Phantoms.
TJ, what do you have for a final thought?
For our only 2 viewers that watch us,
Mom and Dad,
if
thank
some
you.
of y'all, yeah, mom and dad, whoever it is, if y'all can find, share, and tag him on this video so DeHoffman can get what he wants, I'd be very appreciative. Thank you.
Because we're on episode, what is this, like 4
Four.
dot...
Yeah, we're on episode
14.
4, and Cher or Matthew McConaughey has not responded.
But remember,
He's wicked.
DeHoffrin is an insatiable hunger. Once Cher answers, then he's going to go to the next one, and the next one, and the next one.
That's right. You got to keep sharing it until Cher sees it. Sees
What,
the sharing.
okay, Phil, do you have anything you want to end tonight with?
I just want to say a shout out to my buddy, the real Slim Draco.
Fuck
Slim
you.
Draco.
Piece
Jay
of shit.
Dizzle.
No, shut your mouth. He's not the real Draco.
The
All
real
right.
Slim Draco.
Well,
I was
normally
thinking that
this is the
Draco
time I
was
tell
in
you
diapers.
that you've learned a lot in the Party Games experience. But again, we had another inside joke laden a podcast. Hopefully it was entertaining to y'all. It was entertaining to us. We always appreciate you guys coming by. And let's do our last final sign-off with...
DeHoffrin.
Yeah.
DeHoffrin.
He forgot his name. The only Draco ever. Not even Malfoy beats me.
Okay, bye.
Phil.
I'm
And Chaz.
done. I'm out.
You guys have gained experience. Go off and be fruitful.